All right, welcome friends to the Barriers and Breakthroughs show. It's great to have you. I'm Rochelle Payne Baum, your pain whisperer, and it's great to be here again this week. I have a new prop, and I'm wearing him today. I don't know if you saw him.
Oh, that's cute. Physical therapy. That's awesome.
Yeah, it helps me feel like I'm doing my job. So
Right.
gives me a little pump in my step. So
That's nice.
yes, the physical therapist, and I love to help people fix their pain. I had a great experience this week with my own pain, going to the chiropractor and getting an x-ray. So I'll keep you posted on that because I'm starting to do a little treatment, and I'll probably have him on the show so I can let you know how it's helping me, because I have pain too, and it's important to me to figure out how to fix my pain. And so I think I've learned a lot, and that's why I share with other people. So anyway, I'm super excited for this week because we have Tessy Windle
Hi, everybody.
on, and we've had her already on. If for those of you fans of ours that keep tuned and posted, she was one of our original beginners.
Charter members.
Yeah, so we're highlighting Tessy again because she is going to be going. You having a ribbon cutting, right?
Yes, I'm having my ribbon cutting. Super excited.
Yeah.
So you are already a member of the Brazoria County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So I recently joined, and I am hosting my ribbon cutting. Super exciting. We had a meeting today about some of our upcoming events. We have the Latin Festival coming up. We have the Heritage Festival. We have the Quince Expo. I mean, there's so many things happening. But in between all that, I'm going to have my ribbon cutting as well. So super excited about the things happening with artistic celebrations.
And like you would say in Spanish, ándale, woo!
Celebración!
Celebración. Yeah, so we're excited about that. And Tessy's going to just share on today's show some of the barriers she's had, because as business owners, we still go through a lot of barriers.
We do.
And some of the breakthroughs too that have helped you get to where you are.
Yes.
And hopefully some of you can learn something about why you should use Tessy for your next big wedding or a big event coming up. So great to have you on.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. Again, we've come a long way since our first few episodes. So people that are following along, it's just amazing to see all the women that you have on here and how people are talking us through different things and sharing their breakthroughs, because we all go through challenges. And that's something that everybody should know. You're not alone. Everybody's going through challenges, whether it's small, big. To you, it could be small. To someone else, it could be big, and vice versa. But I think hearing other people talk about what they're going through and how their challenges are affecting them, and then how they're getting through it, is also very beneficial to all of us. So I am happy to say, so those of you that don't know, Rochelle has been helping me with some physical therapy. I have been going through this journey with my feet for 3 years now. And
I'm not that bad, right?
No, it's not that at all.
No,
I'm not that good of a patient. And then something has consistently happened. So back in May, I had this big roll of butcher paper fall on my foot again, and it really just exacerbated everything. And I know part of the healing process is rest. And that is my biggest challenge. And that is one thing that I am struggling with breaking through. But what I have learned to do is work with my parameters and what I have been given. And so I'm really happy to say where I am now. Just in the last few weeks, we have really broken through some of our biggest challenges, because I have learned to receive help. And that was my biggest challenge too, is it's so hard for us as moms, as business owners, to kind of let go of our babies and let go of what our project ideas are. But when you learn that, and this is part of a spiritual journey for me as well, is when God tells you to sit down, because you don't really have a choice, you have to learn to sit down, and you have to learn to listen to what He's wanting you to do. And some of that was to just learn, for me to learn how to accept the help that He's offering me, instead of trying to do everything by myself.
Right. Well, that's one thing I get to do all the time, is every day I'm working with patients that have problems. And so I'm always thinking, I'm actually trying to be really grateful, because I think, like my sister just yesterday, she was at Home Depot, and some boxes of heavy nails fell on her knee. So she tore her MCL, her ACL, and she has to take care of her husband, and she's a nurse. She flies to Stanford every other weekend,
My
12-hour
goodness.
shifts, and she's like, what am I going to do? And then her son, the same day, fell and broke his humerus in his shoulder. So sometimes
Serious
you have
challenges.
accidents, and you never know what God's going to put in front of you, but you
That's
have
right.
a lot of faith,
Yes.
and you figure out how to have a positive attitude. You've always had a positive attitude.
Thank you.
And maybe you push it a little too much because you're driven
Right.
and determined to help so many people all the time. And so hopefully we'll figure out how to make sure
Yes.
you can be pain-free coming up.
But I think
Yeah.
part of it is because we love what we do. So going back to the events, I had a big wedding last weekend. Everything was great, and I have my team to thank for that. And also want to put a quick plug in to Ronnie and Yasela Craig, because they
Woohoo!
came by to support me, because that's another
Awesome.
thing, is the support team that we have. They have just consistently asked about my events, what I do, and it's hard to tell people about the logistics that we do. People don't see all the planning we do behind the scenes, behind a wedding,
Right.
behind events. They don't see all of the logistics. So they came by, they saw me doing all this hard work, saw my feet all wrapped up. They left, went home, got me an energy drink, came back,
Oh, awesome.
and made sure I was good for the rest of the night. So
Ronnie and Asela, you're awesome.
y'all are the best.
Yes.
So again, it's
Thank
part
you.
of having that support team around you to keep you positive, to keep you going, and to also know that if you do need that help, you have a group of people that you could reach out to. So I had a phenomenal team. I absolutely love what I do. So no matter how much pain I was in on Saturday, I had a smile on my face, and my clients felt the happiness and joy that I had in helping them. And
Made a difference.
yes, it does.
That's awesome. That's one thing, you business owners out there, especially in Pearland area. Like, we really have a great supportive network. People that go to the Pearland Chamber of Commerce, Brazoria County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce,
We met in BNI
BNI,
years
Business
ago.
Network International. There's Pearland Women's Business Council. There's
The lead. Mhm.
Yeah, so there's a lot of great networking out there, but the world is pretty small. Pearland's not huge. So if you're a business owner, like, go to some of these events, because you'll meet great people that
Absolutely.
want to help you, and it's all about the people that you meet, right?
Absolutely.
Help each other. Great. So you've done a few weddings. Like, what would you say you've done the most recently? Like, what's been maybe your funnest thing and most challenging thing, and what sets you apart from other event planners?
Okay. So this year alone, we are at our 8th wedding already.
Okay,
So for
wow.
this year, so we've been
That's
pretty
great.
busy with weddings.
That's a wedding at least a month. maybe
Yes.
two a month.
Two on
Yeah.
a couple of those months. So
Yeah.
we were super excited about taking a new direction towards corporate events and more promotional events, things like that. But again, God has a different way of changing what we do. And so we also manage several venues. So we do design as well. So in between all that, my fun part is actually custom creating everything. So our business, we pride ourselves on theme specialization. So we take a theme and we run with the theme, and we get super excited about it. And anybody could go to these party stores and do whatever they want to do and order. Everybody can do anything online.
Yeah.
But what we like to do is customize it. And Pinterest is there. So a lot of people have 101 million
Zillion ideas.
Yes, Pinterest ideas. The challenge is time. Well, we have the time because this is what we do. So we take those inspirations and those ideas, and then we actually make them come alive and create it, and that's what we do. So we customize all of our decor. And then I think what we specialize ourselves in is actual logistics, and that's the behind the scenes that nobody sees. So we're very organized, and that's how we're able to execute a seamlessly proficient event, is all the behind the scenes organization and logistics that we spend our time, and our master timelines is what really sets us apart.
Yeah. Yeah, because Tessy's very good at keeping track of multi-functions, multitasking, things going on, and how to make it all come together. So that takes a talent, a special talent and everything. So, yes. So, weddings, and then what else?
So we do kids parties, and that's something a lot of wedding coordinators don't like to do. But I actually love it. And I think they don't like to do it because there's a lot of little pieces but I
little
love it.
pieces, like little kid pieces.
Yes, a lot of running around. But I don't know if most of you know that I am a former educator. My degree was in secondary education, so I taught for 15 years before I decided to go full-time into the event industry. So part of our events, and one of the things that we do have, is called ActiviCare, and we promote that through some of our vendors, through Imagiread and other sources that we have, resources. And we provide creative crafts and activities to host during our events. So even our kids' parties, you just don't have kids running around everywhere. You have scheduled, instructed crafts and activities, and it's all theme related. So whatever the party is, that's what we provide as well. So the kids really enjoy it, and our parents love it too, because they're actually enjoying time with their friends, socializing at parties because their kids are being engaged.
That's awesome. What a great idea.
So we love doing that.
Yeah. So if you have a lot of, family members that come and kids come, you'll take care of them during the party.
And it keeps the event pain-free.
Yeah, definitely.
Kids don't get hurt from running around. Parents aren't leaving with headaches. They're just enjoying themselves. And it's all strategically planned out. Again, even kids' parties should have a timeline. Kids have an attention span. So it's all well thought out.
Yeah.
And everybody just sees the execution, which is just fun. We want our clients, every single one of them, to go home with that wow experience, because that's what sells us. I mean, it's not a website. Even though we're in the technology and social media world, it's not all about what you see. For us, events is, I had a great time at this event. It was awesome. And I think this is the person that planned it, or, hey, I need to find out who did this event. And then just come back to us. It's our referral base that keeps us going. And we're super excited about that, because that means our clients have been happy time and time again.
So say somebody wants to have an event, but they don't know where. Like, you help them find the venue.
Absolutely.
And that kind of
so
thing.
As of right now, we are one of the leading event management teams for most of the venues here in Pearland and the surrounding areas. And then we are one of their preferred vendors at most all of the venues here in Pearland. We also offer packages through most of the venues in the area. And it's actually a benefit to you. So you get discounts if you come through us. Yes, they're discounted. So for example, if the venue is normally $150 to $200 per hour, with us, it would be anywhere between $100 and $120. So of the total package, you're getting almost an hour to 2 hours free.
For free.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that can help when you're on a budget.
That's awesome. And that's because Tessy networks with people and meets business owners that own the venues, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And we've learned through our networking that we call it giver's gain, where you want to give to somebody, they want to give to you, so you can get those good prices and everything.
Yes.
So very good. How do people usually hear about you?
So like I said, most of it is word of mouth. And then it is because we are on a preferred list at some of the venues. A lot of them refer us as well. Again, it's here we are supporting one another. Yes, collaborating with one another. We refer them to their spaces, and then in turn we can also do design as well. And then our referral base, and then we do have our social media. So we're on Facebook, not as present on Instagram as we should be. The painful parts of things we have to break through. Yes. And that's just a time challenge. I'm a mom too, and that's very important for me. And as you know, through Casa Healthcare, I'm also my mom's caretaker, which we've had some very challenging months here lately. And when it comes down to it, my family comes first. So my family refers me. So, I'm there for the family, and they refer, and friends refer, and again, our returning clients. We have a lot of returning clients. So just this past weekend, after the wedding, I did another event for a client, and this is my 4th event for her.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that says a lot, because obviously they're happy, they're repeated customers, and they definitely want to come back. So
that's exciting.
Yeah, really exciting. So, and you do what else besides weddings, kids, corporate? I know, so Tessy has also done some marketing for me for Casa Healthcare. So one great thing that she does is, not only does she love, even though you're in the medical field, right, learning the different networking with medical professionals, doctors, assisted living facilities, rehab facilities, hospitals, and she has no fear going to meet people. So also you have helped us with putting lunches on for physicians. And the good thing I've really appreciated is you have educated. So it's not just, here's lunch, but you actually think ahead of time of what resources you can provide for them.
Right.
Like the family support group, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So as a caretaker for my mom, while I was going through all of what I was dealing with my foot, and the pain that I was dealing with, I really didn't get an opportunity to talk about it with my mom. I mean, of course, you have that relationship with your mom where when you're sick, no matter how old you are, you're still like, oh, I need my mommy. But when mom's going through some things, you realize that there's a lot you have to suppress because you want to think about her and not have her worry in turn about us. And so what I realized is caretakers need support as well. And so we are working behind the scenes again on our family support group. And we are working on something called promise packages, where we provide support through these promise packages to family members that are taking care of their loved ones. It's kind of like a sunshine package. It's a reminder that, hey, you need to take care of yourself. You need some support. We're here for you. And we are working also on a resource book so that they could have some local resources as well to help them when they need support and they need somebody to talk to while they're taking care of their loved ones. And there's also some things, like I recently had a friend who lost her loved one, her father. Everything happened so fast, but in the emotions, they didn't talk about the funeral planning. They didn't talk about, you know, the will. There was a lot that was left. And then when it's all said and done, then you have family members that it's either a fight, it's a problem, it's confusion. So there are some things like that that you can start planning in advance. Hospice care, you don't actually have to wait till they're in their deathbed to start working with hospice. You can actually have hospice come in earlier, and those are some things we just want to educate our caretakers on, to be able to support you so that you can support your loved ones that really need you. Yeah,
that's really awesome, because a lot of caregivers, they think hospice and they think that's, you know, they're going to die as long as they do that. But there's a lot of extra help that you can get with hospice, and it doesn't mean that they're going to die. They can go back off hospice onto home health.
That's right.
So the educating is very, very important.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about how you manage family, balance everything, you know, spiritually as well. I know you have a strong belief in God, and that helps you a lot of times.
So actually, on the way over here, my kids and I were listening to Joyce Meyer on how no matter what it is, you should spend time with God. And so that's something that my children and I have started this summer. We got these books from Mardell's. Mardell's a Christian bookstore here right off of 45. We got these books. They're called prayer maps. And I bought one for women. My children have one for teens. And it is basically a couple minutes a day. And it helps you map out your prayer. Like, dear God, you tell God what you want. And it says, I'm worried about, this is what I'm praying for. This is what I need. Here's what's going on in my life. And then some other things you might want to just tell God. So you map it all out. It's literally a small book, so you can carry it with you, put it anywhere you want. You map it all out, and then you just say that as your prayer. And that's your few minutes with God, but it helps you be more specific on the things that's really on your heart and your mind. And that has really helped us because it gives us time together. It also allows the children and myself to carve out that time for God. And then what we did this year, which has been a little helpful, is we created finally our command center at the house. So
tell me more about that.
So
command center, I gotta listen up, Jason and kids.
Yes.
So we're gonna create the command center.
Jason, you're in trouble. You gotta work on this, because my husband, when I told him I needed to paint a wall black, he was like, "For what?" So when they saw it all come together, you know, and so right now we're doing it on the side of our refrigerator, which is all black. We cleaned the whole side. We have a motivational board, which is our motivational quote for the day. And it's fun stuff. So, for example, Friday, I have to share this one because this one was so fun, but Friday's little motivational quote. So every day we have one. And Friday said, oh gosh, I got to say it right. There is one legitimate synonym for Friday. And it said, boom shakalaka.
Oh, awesome.
And so that was what the kids read on Friday. Well, they kind of missed it in the morning because we were rushing Friday, but I took a picture and made sure that they got it so that it'd be motivation.
Boom.
That's right. And one of my kids asked me, is this for real? And I'm like, no, it's not in the dictionary or on the thesaurus as a synonym. But it was kind of the laughter for the day. Yeah. And then our second board has our scripture for the day. And I recently got a book from Lakewood on how to pray for your children. And so it actually gives you verses and scriptures for each day. And that's what I'm using right now for the first 31 days, because we started all this when they started school as well. And then we have our mapped out calendar for our meals. So it's got what they're going to have for breakfast.
Planning is important.
Yes. And it's easy because it really helps me in the morning. I get that 5 extra minutes to lay down, because with my feet, my mornings are the hardest. So most of you, we didn't mention I have plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
So at night my foot falls and I'm struggling in the morning to get up. So if the kids could have a bowl of cereal or a waffle or something on the paper that's mapped out for them already, it's easy.
This is what you eat today.
Yes, this is what you eat and you're good. Don't bother mommy. And then they get their lunch, which my kids have been preparing the night before, which has been really helpful. For sure. and they get everything ready to go, and then it has their snack, which helps me to be prepared when they come after school, and then dinner's already prepared, which I've been doing crock pot meals and helping, so it's done early, and then by 9:30 we have family devotion and everybody's in bed, so it's super helpful.
Family devotion at night. Yes, that's awesome.
And you have the calendar for the day. So right now the kids are doing their after school tryouts, and once we know what all they're going to do, our calendars are color coded. So what I'll do for you is I'll take a picture of what our previous calendars have looked like.
Cool, and let's put it on. If you can send me your email,
yes,
we can email it to you.
Absolutely. So you can see what it looks like, color coded, and it really helps because literally everybody looks at the calendar.
Yeah.
And then everybody knows what's happening. So, and then it helps you to communicate better too. Yeah. Especially husband and wives. Hey, who's picking up? We have this time. We have this. Who's going to do this? And it really helps to form a better communication at the house. So, and I just have to say, by God's grace, it's been working so far. And it's helping me keep a positive flow in the house as well.
Yeah. So. I mean, it feels like if everybody's kind of on the same page, like you're unified, right? I mean, that's what you probably feel the most. And that makes more peace at home. Yes. And harmony, right?
Yes. So. And it helps with the chores, so everybody knows whose day it is to do this, do that. And there's a lot less talking on mom's part, because I feel like I'm always the one turns into barking orders rather than
barking, something
complaining. But at the end of the day, all of this helps with the pain that we're dealing with. It helps with the emotional pain, the mental pain, and a lot of that contributes to the physical pain, because when you're in physical pain, all of those things, those anguish and anxieties turn into more of the physical pain. So I do believe that all of these things put together and starting to work itself out has helped also to deal or give me time to rest on my feet.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So yeah, if any of you want to send me your email, you can Facebook message me your email. If you have my email, we'll get you some of her tips for that. Yes. I want that, the command center that you can put in your home, some of those great ideas.
And there's lots of ideas on Pinterest for a command center based on the spaces you have in the house, because some of them have them in their laundry rooms where you can hook backpacks, and then you have them by kids' names. You have them. So there's a lot of ideas. I got my ideas from Pinterest, and I made it work in the space that I had in my house. So.
Thank goodness for Pinterest.
That's right.
Yeah, but it takes some intelligence to actually make it happen, right? I mean, you can get ideas, but to put it in force and put it in effect takes a lot of talent.
And I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I finally did it. And it's that once I executed that idea, it really made a difference. So if you've been thinking about it, or you've had some ideas and you need some help, just do it. Stay up that one night, make it happen on the board. And I got those little whiteboards. I got them from Dollar Tree, so I didn't put a lot of money in it. I printed out on a big poster important event dates. And I put each one of my kids' names, and I put Post-its. So they write their important dates. Like today was open house, and I had open house for my son with his date on it. And so today when we get home, that Post-it gets thrown away.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Okay, so you could probably help somebody set up their command center as part of your event, right?
Absolutely.
I think I might have you come over to our house.
Okay, got it.
Yes. So I'm setting you up for us right now. So I'm your first for today. Yes. No, that's a great idea. We can always use that with all of our comings and goings. You know, we do so much at the last minute just because everybody's schedules are pretty hectic.
That's right.
So very good. So the best way to people get to hold of you is either Facebook, on your email, your website.
Yes.
How do people usually get a hold of you?
So you could do Facebook. You can message me on Facebook. You can also check out our website. That's www.eventsbyac. So eventsbyac.com. Our Facebook is Artistic Celebrations. We also are on Instagram as Artistic Celebrations. Yeah. We also have our own page on Pinterest as Instagram. Pinterest has Artistic Celebrations. And then you can email us at info@eventsbyac.com. And any one of our event artists will be able to help you, which I didn't mention that little part is because of everything going on with my feet, I was able to build my team up as well, which is, I think, what I've been meaning to do all along.
Build your team.
So any one of our event artists would be more than happy to talk to you about your ideas, your envisions, your dreams for an event. Whether it's a small budget or a large budget, we know how to work with you. We know how to assist. And our consultations are free. There's no cost at all for us to talk to you about your exciting event. So call us. Let's talk about it. We'll give you helpful hints. And if it's something that you can't do with us, we'll give you enough tools to start you on your way.
Awesome. Well, great. I'm so glad to have you on. You've given me great ideas. I've learned something new. I'm going to put a command center in my home. Well, you're going to help me do that, right?
Yes, okay. I got you.
So we'll get you set up, and then I can work on your feet.
There you go.
At my house. That would be great. So, all right, Tessy Windle, Artistic Celebrations. We have up her information, correct? So look her up and make sure to go to our YouTube channel. In case you missed our live, you can always catch the full episode on our YouTube channel, Barriers and Breakthroughs. You can check out, you're the 49th episode, so there's a lot of great information there. A lot of people on there that you can learn from. So go to our YouTube channel of Barriers and Breakthroughs. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me again.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll have you on again because you're always doing new things, and maybe you could talk about the family support
Absolutely.
group.
Yes.
What is it called?
Promise packages.
Promise packages. I know a lot of people out there can benefit from that. So,
yes.
All right. Well, thank you. Thanks for joining us again at the Barriers and Breakthroughs show. I'm Rochelle Payne-Baum. Next week, we should be having our personal injury attorney, John and Jennifer Kahn. And so make sure and turn in next week. You can have a lot of questions that you can have answered by them. So next week, every Thursday, 8 p.m. on the Barriers and Breakthroughs show. Stay tuned, and we'll send some highlights and some extra information if you want to check it out on Facebook. So thank you for joining us, and have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you next week.
See you later.
Bye.